Hello and welcome to episode number 9. I'm your host Fruit Snack, and today we kind of have a spooky podcast towards the middle, I would say, if I don't spend a lot of time talking about the intro part of this video. But before we get into anything, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can see I added a date on this little AZepedacast chalkboard that I have. And this date is today's date. So I decided right now, actually, that I was like, oh, maybe I just put the date on when I film this, and then it'll go up on the date and when it goes up on the Saturday, which is tomorrow. Today's Friday. So I want to get started about saying shirts. So I've been saying it for a while. I'm wanting to make shirts. I'm still waiting for actually financial aid money to come in. So that's going to be coming in the 31st of October. So after the 31st, I'm going to order everything I need to make a shirt. And then right now, I'm actually thinking about making a limited edition shirt. So I'm trying to test things, different ways of how to make a shirt. So those are actually going to come out sooner, before October 31st. Because I bought these things at our local supermarket store. I'm not gonna name any names, but I bought these weird like transparency thingies where you iron on, but you use a printer. It's confusing. I had to read through the instructions twice to understand the whole thing it does. But I feel like those are gonna be coming out really cool. I'm gonna be making those around like 4 o'clock, and I say around 4 because I'm going to be waiting for my cousin to get back from school, and we're going to test it on one of his shirts because he actually wants a cool design that he has in his phone. And I was like, oh, okay, well, we can probably make it. So that's what the limited edition shirts. So those will actually be selling for I don't even know how much, honestly. I think I was gonna sell it for like $15 maybe. I don't know. Depends how it comes out, honestly. If it comes out bad, I'm gonna give it away for free. If it comes out decent, I'm gonna give it away for like $5 to $10, $15 around there. But I am gonna be making, when I get like good at it, limited edition shirts will actually be really expensive because I'm only going to make a few of those because the limited edition is expensive, you know? I think that makes sense, right? I'm not good at making sense sometimes. I guess people don't understand me most of the times. But yeah, so that's what I was thinking. And I was also thinking about a decent price for shirt making. And I feel like I'm going to do a decent price at first and then see how that works. Because it's all about making money back, right? So I do want to provide shirts to people so they can show off shirts that I made and maybe support my YouTube channel and my podcast and much more that I do, and that'd be really cool. But speaking of supporting, you can now buy stickers. As I said in the last podcast, stickers are actually less than $10 and less than $5. The most expensive one is $3, and those are my initials, and I legit signed my initials, so that's legit how I sign my initials. So those are $3, and then it goes for $2, the ones that are really long. I have one right here on my laptop, and then there's like a bigger circle one, but the rest of them are $1 down. And I'm gonna try to be making spooky stickers, and if I don't get to make spooky stickers in time, there's always Thanksgiving and there's always Christmas, because there's towards the end of the year and the beginning of the year, which is New Year's. So maybe I'll make something for New Year's too. I don't know. The thing is that's tricky about stickers is that I want to design it myself, and I'm not really a good artist. So for some reason I decided, hey, maybe I should go onto Twitter and tweet, if you retweet this, I'll draw your profile pic. I'm trying to be an artist. And the thing is with that is I asked someone, hey, should I do this? And they're like, do it. So I'm like, okay, I did it. And right now we have 55 retweets. And I've done all of them except 2. because they just retweeted them right now, and I'm not gonna draw anymore because I am tired and it's been going on for a few days now. And I started at the beginning doing it like really like trying to actually like make it look like the profile photo, and then after a while, like after like 10 or 15, I'm just like, oh my gosh, like it took too long, because like the first ones I've done took me 2 hours to do like 5 of them, and then I started like or like doing them, but like doing them less like focused on it, like just draw it like pretty fast, post it, and then everybody just keeps retweeting, and I'm tired. My friend, she retweeted it right now, and I did her photo, and then she also after I posted that, she replied to my tweet showing a screenshot of my message in the group chat. And I'm like, why hide from the truth? And basically what I said in the group chat is that I'm so tired of drawing people's freaking profile photos. So I'm just drawing them fast and not caring how they look, and that's what I was doing. Because at first I was like, no, it's not perfect, but then I was like, you know, I don't care anymore. I'm just gonna try. So I'm going to be trying to make stickers, and maybe one of them in the group chat said you should make the stickers out of the people you drew, and I was like, no. But I am going to start making stickers more stickers available, like different stickers, hopefully, and hopefully people continue to buy them. I have a few sales for the stickers that I have up that are for my YouTube channel and my podcast, and I want to thank them for buying them. And if you are a family member or anything, just text me saying, hey, you want one, and I'll tell you how much it is. I got one order that actually the person wanted one of each of everything, and that's like $8 the most, so it's really not that much money. Like, it's less than $10. I'm telling you, if you buy all of them, it's $8 if I did my math correctly. I'm pretty sure I did. Sometimes I look back and I like question myself, but that's how I do on tests too. And speaking of tests, I pretty sure I've said this before, I don't do well on tests. And today in my psychology class, our instructor was telling us our grades went individually as we went up, and we're doing like little group activity with the review and answering questions and stuff. So while doing that, we got pulled up. She told us her grade when we got on the test. But the thing is, I went up there and I was like, oh, I have a C in the class? That's so cool. And then she was like, yeah. I'm like, and like she told me how I was like, I actually did better than I thought. It's just whenever I take tests, I just get nervous. And then she's like, I actually did notice you being nervous while taking it. And she's like, how do you study? And then I just said, like, I study like everything I can get, like tried to remember and stuff. So I couldn't say it to her, but I was trying to say that I study everything, and like that the test is gonna be on, but I don't know exactly what the test is gonna be on. So I try to get everything down and cram it into my brain. But once I get the test, I freak out, I forget, I mix up words, I do this and that, and I just don't know why. But yeah, so she said that she was talking to the whole class too about it, that with study groups, not a lot of people do well in them, but we can try it out for me, see if it's something that I can do good at. Because honestly, I want to try to do well on tests because I do want to further my education. I probably want to transfer schools and continue my education and get my master's, get my bachelor's maybe. But I can't do that if I can't do well on tests. Like, I'll put in the work. It's just when it comes to the test, I blink, my heart rate goes skyrocketing to the roof. And the only reason I know that my heart rate goes up to the roof, because one time I was taking a test, I felt my like heart beating against my chest, and I checked my little Apple Watch, and it showed my heart rate being 130 something, and I'm just like, damn, that is crazy. But yeah, so that's basically all the intro part of this podcast. I actually really want to thank everyone for listening. I know there's like not like hundreds of people listening. I'm losing subscribers as we speak, and I don't care. I don't care if you don't want to watch me no more. Honestly, like I've only been getting 9 views on YouTube, and that is awesome. 9 people literally take time to watch my videos. Like, you guys deserve an award. Or I just came up with a new either t-shirt or sticker idea. Oh my gosh, you guys are loyal, and I'm going to make this if I do not forget it when I finish this podcast. I just came up with a new idea. Oh my gosh, I'm smart. Oh my gosh, buddy, I'm smart. Sorry, I was talking to my turtle because my turtle's staring at me from the tank, and I feel like I should have done my buddy too, my little turtle. Anyways, so yeah, I just came up with a new sticker idea. Not gonna say it, not gonna spoil it, because I'm going to make it and then present it, because I think that's the best way to do it. I can see it behind you. There's a glare. Can you please like not pay attention to any of that? Because I know I'm a distracted person and I like to look at everything else sometimes. I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, awesome. This sticker that I just came up with are gonna be for my fellow loyal people that watch my videos. This is gonna be tribute to you. I probably only will make 9 of them or 10 of them for you guys. For the average people that watch my video. So basically we're gonna get to the spooky part, and this is based on true events. So if you are very this, I don't know how to explain, this person that does not want to listen to true events of scary things happening to a certain person, if this is not your thing, then you can skip ahead. I don't know how ahead, but I'm gonna be talking about it briefly because it's been happening, and might as well just address it, let everyone know I'm okay. I'm not crazy, hopefully not. I just wanted to speak about like little creepy things that happened to me. And it's kind of weird because I don't freak out about it. And it's kind of crazy how it happened because it never happened to me before, but excuse me. So I just want to speak about it because maybe scary things happen to you and you want to know about, or you're just into the spooky October movement, month, I don't know, and you really want to be into spooky things. So I thought maybe I'll dedicate this one to a little bit of spooky stuff since it happened recently this week. So I'm just gonna jump into it. So the first one is I was laying in bed. It was around 6:21 in the morning, because that's about where my turtle light automatically turns on for my turtle, because that's when the sun starts getting more shown. So it was about around that time, and it was still dark in the room, like pretty dark, since like right here there's mountains, but yeah, so it was still a little like dark, but you can see it's like a blue light shining in the room basically. And I was facing the window when I was sleeping, so I was on my left side, towards the edge of the bed, facing the wall. And I was laying there, and I think I woke up because of the light, and I was going back to sleep, and I'm pretty sure I fell back to sleep, but I felt like I was awake still in a way, so I was like half asleep, half awake. And the thing is, like, I had my eyes closed, and then I felt the bed sunk, like if somebody like sat or laid, and I was like, what the? And like I was like trying to open my eyes, but my eyes were like twitching, like they wouldn't stay open or they wouldn't stay closed. They were like in the middle, like trying to stay open, stay closed, and or something. And I saw this like crumpled like brownish arm go around me, because I sleep on my side, and it went around me, and I saw barely a little bit. It was like no hand, and it went away, and I was like, okay, whatever. And then it came back, and I felt the bed sunk again, and I saw the little arm, a little bit more of it, and I just hear Alicia, like whispering my name like a few times, and I was like, what? and I was trying to say what, but I couldn't. But in my head, it was like saying what, like, what do you want? Like, I'm trying to sleep. But I was like, what? And I think I woke up. I don't remember exactly, but then it stopped. And I was like looking around. I remember looking around the room, and I was like, what time is it? And I looked at the clock, and it was almost 7 o'clock at this time. So it was just like weird. I don't have to be up till later, but I'm gonna go back to sleep. And I felt like my energy, because it was like my backside, and like basically I was getting spooned in a way. But so the on my backside, and I felt like all my energy went through my back and out. And that whole day I was so tired. Like one of my friends was usually says hi to me when I'm in class, because we're in the same building. And she looked at me and she's like, hey, you did, she text after. I looked at her and I kind of smiled. I'm pretty sure I did smile. But she said, hey, she texted me and said, hey, what's going on? You didn't smile or wave or dab or anything. Are you okay? I was like, I'm tired. And I think I did smile. I don't remember. But yeah, so that was that day. And then a few days later, what was it? I haven't told anyone except a few people, like my family. I haven't told them about this. I told them about this, but I haven't told anybody else, because I rather tell them in person, but I forget to tell them. I'm forgetful. But there's another one. This one was a day or 2 days ago. I was laying in bed, and I moved to the other side, so I was facing the rest of the room where the door is. We walk in and stuff like that. And I look where my hat is, and I see a face, a figure, a person kind of standing there. And I was like, wait a second. And I look again, and I was like, nobody there. But the thing is, with this one, it kind of looked like my cousin Ephraim, the shape of the face. And I was like, wait, what? But it was nobody there. And I was like, okay, it's just my hat, and I'm just tripping because I'm tired. And there's another one where sorry. There's a lot of stuff happening to me. What was the other one? I can't remember exactly. I know there's another one though. I can't remember. But yeah, so when I saw the face though, my cousin's face, I was just like, wait, what are you doing? I thought you just left. I was like, didn't you just leave? Oh, there was another time. This wasn't that recent though, but there's another time where I think I heard a cat meow, or walking on the bed. You feel like the cat walking on the bed. Because sometimes my aunt's cats come in the room, and they walk either on the floor. Sometimes they go on the bed. They lay down. They walk around the bed, and then they go back down and sleep, and then they leave and whatnot. But this was nighttime, and nighttime is when I go to sleep. I mean, who doesn't go to sleep at nighttime? I guess people who work graveyard shifts. But yeah, so I was going to sleep, and I always close my door. And the reason I always close my door is because when I was little, the door was a little open, and this is when I saw this guy look at me, do a little smile, and then climb up to the air vent thingy, and I was freaking out. And now I just don't freak out. I'm just like, why? It doesn't make any sense. But yeah, so I felt like the cat was on the bed, and I was like, Luna? I was just like, what? What? And I was like, no, they're not in here. They're in my aunt's room, because she closes her doors. I close my door. It makes any sense. Oh yeah, the other one I was talking about. I was laying down, and my cousin was freaking out. It was a dream, obviously. And my cousin was freaking out in the corner by the door. My other cousin was laying where my turtle and my Xbox is for some reason, and my other cousin was in my bed. And the thing is, I was just like, okay, everyone's in my room. Why? I don't know. Oh well. But and then everything shifts, and everyone's in my bed, and I'm like, what the heck? I was like, I turned to them, and I was like, why are you guys in here? And then I just feel somebody touch my cheek. It literally felt like somebody actually did that, and I was like, what? That was weird. I was like, what the heck? Who wants to touch my cheek like that? Apparently too, I have soft earlobes, so I don't know. People have freaky thingies, or I don't know. But yeah, so that's basically that, and I just realized I talked a lot about it, but I'm sorry about that for those who did not want to hear scary stuff. But yeah, honestly, a lot of scary stuff like that happened to me, and it's kind of odd, and I don't know why, but I gotta live with it. But yeah, so that's basically all I wanted to talk about for that. I actually have a rant to rant about once more, and I'm going to tell you the full story of everything, because it was a first rant to my boss, and then my other boss came and asked me who. I'm not going to jump ahead. Okay, so yeah, I just ranted to a lot of people, and I want to rant to you guys about it, because I think you guys need to be aware about this. So I recently, last Saturday, when the other podcast went up, I was actually reffing little kids for the Silly Leagues that we have here, and I was doing, I first did a 10 kids under 12-year-olds, and then I did a U10, which is kids under 10, and a U14, and I did all three of those games that one Saturday. So the U10 game was a pretty weird game, I would say. I never thought those kids would be very bad at that age, because I've been doing this for a while. I've been riffing little kids for a while, for the same city league, and the little kids, they're like now under U14s, but when they were in U10s, they were pretty good, but now there's just like, whatever. I don't want to ref them ever again, and that's the main reason, is because they're not that well at playing. Second reason is because of what happened, and that's the main reason. Second one, I should say. But anyways, so I was reffing the game. It was a 2-man. So one of these kids pushed the other kid from behind, and I blew my whistle, and I went up to the little kid. I was like, "Hey, don't push from behind. I know it is frustrating, but just please don't push from behind, okay? Because next time you might get a yellow card." And then he was like, "Okay." And then next thing you know, later on, a different little kid pushes other kid down, and I blew my whistle, and then the kid got hit in the head with the ball, because when he fell, and everybody took a knee because he got hit in the head. And I blew my whistle. I went up to the kid that pushed him, and I said, "Hey, next time, don't push the kid from behind, okay?" And he's like, no, I didn't do it. I was like, "I saw what you did, so the next time you do it, you will get a yellow card, and even if it wasn't you, you'll get a yellow card, because I know you did it. I saw you do it." And then he's like, okay. And I walked away, and next thing you know, at the end of the game, my partner said, "Hey, the other coach said that he wants to talk to us." And I was like, "Why?" I'm like, "No, I'm gonna pick up the flags and I'm leaving. Like, I'm not staying for this." Because whenever a coach wants to talk to you after a game, it's always about something stupid, and it was. So while I was walking away, he runs up to me and says, "Hey, ref," and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" So I turned around and I was like, "Yeah," and he was like, "I just want to talk to you about when you were talking to one of the kids, you made him cry, and next time to like talk to him a little nicer." And I was like, "Nicer? I didn't make him cry. If I made him cry," I didn't say this to him, but I'll explain my side. But I was like, "I didn't make him cry. He pushed the kid from behind, and I said, next time you push," I said, "don't push from behind. Next time you do, I'm gonna have to give you a yellow card." And then he was like, yeah, I get it, but like, these are little kids, you know. I'm like, okay, but the thing is, I talked to my aunt, because I was like thinking little kids, and I was like, my little autistic cousin, for example, I tell my little autistic cousin, I was like, "Hey, don't do that, okay?" And then he listens. He's like, sorry, because he can't really speak, so he can say words, but he can't really like speak full sentences. But it's so funny when I was like, no, put that down, and he's like, sorry, okay. But anyways, so I was like, yeah, I talked to my little cousin the same way as I talked to him. I just said, "Don't do this, or this will happen." And he's like, okay, but still, like, some parents, they don't understand. They just see you talking to the kid, and then it starts crying. I was like, listen, that so happens that the other kid he actually pushed to is also autistic, and he, like, that was a whole mess for the other side, the other team, because beginning of the game, the coach informed me that the kid is autistic, but he can speak. But when something happens to him, we need to like make sure he's okay, because we don't know how he would react. And I'm totally fine with it. I understand, because as I said, my little cousin is also autistic. So I was like, okay. So it happened to be that kid that got pushed down, and I even told the little kid too. I was like, hey, don't push from behind, or you'll get a yellow card. That's legit all I said. And I guess for some reason the coach thought I made him cry. But if I made him cry, he would have started crying when I was talking to him. But the thing is, I feel like the reason why he started crying is because he got subbed out a few seconds later, and he thought he was in trouble, like with his parents. I don't know how the relationship is with his parents or anything, but that I think that's why he started crying. But I don't know why he started crying. I know for sure I didn't make him cry. And the thing is, later on when I was about to ref the U12s, my other boss was there, and he was like, hey, do you know who ref that last game over there? And I was like, oh, I did. And he's like, hey, the coach there's a complaint from the coach. And I was like, oh yeah, he talked to me. He's like, oh yeah, what did he say? I was like, oh, so was basically, so I told him the whole story, what I just told you. I'm not going to repeat myself. And he said, oh, that's weird, because he was saying that you were standing over the kid, and you had your one hand on your hip, and you're like basically I was pointing at him and telling him no, like making a big scene in front of everybody. And I was like, I don't point. I guess you guys can tell. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I do movements with my hands, like you push and all that. I do movements with my hands, but I do not point. I was always taught that pointing is rude, and whenever I did point as a kid at somebody, like, oh, that person over there, like, we make a joke like, oh, yeah, one finger pointed at them, but like 4 fingers actually pointing back at you. But I always knew that as a rude thing to do, so I wouldn't point at anybody, especially a little kid. I think if you point at a little kid, that's gonna make them feel like they're in trouble. But I'm just like, don't do it again. That's all I said to him. But yeah, so he said, yeah. So like he basically said that that I was pointing at the kid when I wasn't. And he also said that oh yeah, and then that your cousin is autistic and he was on the other team. And I was like, what? And I was like, no, I said that I have a cousin that's autistic, and I talked to him the same way I talked to that kid, so that's the reason why I believe that I didn't make him cry. And so what also dang it, I'm stuttering now. And what also so happens to be is that the kid on the other team that he pushed was autistic, but we have no relation. Like, I'm not related to that kid that's autistic. Just because I have a cousin that's autistic doesn't mean another kid that is autistic is my cousin. Like, I don't know. When I told the coach too that I have an autistic cousin, and I talked to him the same way I talked to that kid, don't do it or this will happen. He was like, oh, I don't know about autism, or he said something with autistic. Yeah, he said, I don't know anything about autistic. And I was like, okay, well, okay, like, that's a weird way to phrase it. So yeah, so he basically told him that my cousin was on the team, and he was the one that got pushed, and he was autistic, and I got mad, so I was pointing my finger at the other boy that pushed him and made him cry. And then I was just like, what the heck? I was like, I didn't do any of that. I tell the truth. There's no point of me hiding from the truth. If I do something, I did it. If I am in trouble, I'll take full responsibility, but I didn't do what he said I did. And then my boss was like, wow, everyone's so sensitive. Like, all the complaints are just so dumb this year. Like, they're so sensitive. It's so odd. But speaking of reffing still, I did ref my cousin's game after that game, which was on the U14s, and I'm just gonna say one thing. I was so shocked. She was getting so mad, and I didn't notice until I literally witnessed her elbow another girl in the face right in front of me, and I'm like, and I blew my whistle. I stopped play and gave the ball to the team, but I was just like, what? I've never seen her upset ever. I never saw her get this close to getting mad, like little, like so close to getting mad. And I'm just like, what the heck? That's so crazy. I was like, I'm scared. But I want to get to the last thing. I feel like we're all overdue of this podcast. It's really long, probably. But I want to get into the last thing because this is the coolest thing I saw on Twitter. So I was scrolling to Twitter, and one of my friends, I think I've said this story before. Did I? About him having his brother drove his car into a pool, and then that pool also was my other friend that I know. Probably, you know what? Just basically somebody drove the car into a pool, and I knew both the people. Wow, crazy, right? But yeah, so I think that's it for this podcast, honestly. Don't be sensitive. Please take a joke. Don't take it personally. I feel like people these days, if you're sensitive, then it's just like how you living life. Like, you gotta live life with risks, right? You gotta go crazy. You gotta be fun. You gotta be spontaneous. Do all kinds of great things. And then, like, you can't let people bring you down all the time. I feel like that's what sensitivity is. It's like people bring you down all the time. I know I used to be sensitive as a child. I would cry for every little thing, I guess you can say. But I did, like, took everything personal, and I didn't like that. Like, I always hurt myself. Basically, that's what I was doing. I was hurting myself because I was taking everything personal. So let's try not to do that. Because if you do, then you're gonna feel like crap all the time, honestly. And I know how that feels, and you don't want to do that. Like, people joke around a lot. Sometimes you don't know when they're joking, and that's okay. Just say, hey, just joke along with them, and you can question it later if you want. But just joke around in life, honestly. Anyways, so that's all I wanted to say. But thank you for listening. Maybe you'll come back for more. If you do, I'll be here talking about something new. But until then, enjoy life, and please, 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 please don't take everything personally.